In today's video, let's talk about the Apple Watch, and more specifically, how to turn off the Apple Watch screen while not using it, or said differently, how to make Apple Watch sleep when not using it. This pretty much means that you would like to save battery life, or you just don't want the Apple Watch screen to be on while you're not using it. And there are three ways how you can achieve this effect. So there is the always on feature, raise to wake, and theater mode. So let's just begin with these. So always on feature is something that has been added with the release of the Apple Watch Series 5. So apparently it doesn't apply to every single series of the Apple Watch. But if you have one of the Series 5 and later Apple models, then you can actually see and notice that every time you don't look at your Apple Watch, it still is lit up, and you would probably want to avoid it. So on your iPhone, which is paired of course to the Apple Watch, go to the Watch app. And you can easily find the always on feature just by searching for it at the top. So always on, it's in the display and brightness section, and you can make it turn on or off. Once you turn it on, there are some other options which you can optimize or customize. So show complications, and you can manage each apps. So you have a degree of customization here. You can also have some notification be displayed and some not, while always on feature is turned on, and also apps. So this is something that you can customize and change within the settings and with the always on feature. I also personally like to keep it turned off, not because it drains the battery, but I like it this way so I can use the animated wallpapers on my Apple Watch. With the always on turn on, it doesn't really work. And if you're interested in these kind of wallpapers, you can definitely take a look at the link down below in the description, and there you're gonna find out more about it. The second option you have is a feature called Raise to Wake. At least this is how it's called on iPhones, but on the Apple Watch is something as wake on a wrist raise. Because a lot of times, if you are not intending to take a look at the Apple Watch and you don't really plan on doing anything with it, you just don't want it to light up, and every time you flick your wrist it just does, and you can technically disable it. Again, on the Watch app on your iPhone, you can just go to the display and brightness section, and the option there is wake on wrist raise. This pretty much means that every time you flick your wrist, like I said, the screen is gonna light up, and if you're not using it, maybe you'd like to prevent this from happening to you ever again. And there are also some other options under it, so you can also see wake on crown up. This means that if you just turn off wake on wrist raise but keep wake on crown up enabled, this means that you can either tap the screen to light up the Apple Watch, you can press any button, but you can also rotate the digital crown and the screen is going to light up gradually, giving you some nice effect. And especially if you're in dark, you probably don't want the full brightness to light up, so you can just rotate it a little bit and then you can see and take a look at the time and rotate it back or slap the screen to make it go black again. And the third and final option you can use in order to prevent or like to solve your problem is the theater mode. And this can be accessed very easily. So right on the Apple Watch, if you swipe up on the control center, there is the masks icon which turns yellow if you tap it, and this is the actual theater mode. And if you have never heard of this, it's the mode that you should obviously turn on in a theater, which also prevents any lighting up of the Apple Watch if you don't want to do it intentionally. So nothing's gonna light up, nothing's gonna bother other people in the theater technically, but you can use it pretty much anywhere you'd want. This is something that can be only accessed or enabled on the Apple Watch itself. You cannot really find it in the settings of the Apple Watch app on the iPhone. So the previous two were enabled from the iPhone, this one from the Apple Watch. And also a lot of people in my video in which I talked about some possible causes when the Apple Watch doesn't light up when they want to, a lot of people said that they had a theater mode turned on by accident or they forgot about it and it just prevented the Apple Watch from lighting up and they wanted to avoid it. So yeah, think about it. If it's for you, definitely keep the theater mode turned on or other options enabled as well. I really do hope that you find this video helpful and that you learned or found some new tips in here. And if you did, you can leave a comment saying whatever you want, and you can also leave a thumbs up on the video if you enjoyed it. For more content like this, definitely stay tuned by subscribing. This means that every time there is a new video from me, it's going to appear in your subscription box and perhaps on your YouTube page, in case YouTube decides that it's anything interesting for you. So definitely do that to support me and to stay tuned. And for more content, of course, stay tuned for the new uploads. Have a great rest of the day, and we can see each other in the future videos.